Hola Brazil, we're the Goo Goo Dolls. I'm Robby.
And I am John, and you are listening to 89, the Rock Radio. Viva o Rock!
The Radio Rock, yes!
Estamos aqui com o Robby e o John do Goo Goo Dolls no Allianz Parque. Eles que estão abrindo a turnê do Bon Jovi aqui no Brasil. So guys, how are you? Welcome to Brazil. Welcome to São Paulo.
Great. Nice to be here. Nice to be here. It's a very cool city.
Yeah, for sure, man. Thanks for stopping in and talking with us, man.
And what are your first impressions of Brazil?
Everybody is sexy here.
Yeah, they move a lot differently than folks in the States.
It's just a whole different vibe in this country. Everybody's beautiful. It's crazy.
It's fun.
And how is being touring with Bon Jovi? Did you guys already did it in the past, right?
Yeah, about 15 years ago we opened for them, and it was a great experience. And then they asked us to do this down here in Brazil, and this is someplace that we've always wanted to come. So given the opportunity to open for them and play in front of so many people, it's just it was a really nice gift from him to us.
And you guys released the new album, Miracle Pill. How was the process of writing and recording this album?
Well, I wanted to just sort of keep moving forward. My thing is to keep moving forward, because I have to sing about what's relevant in my life, or my observations about what's going on in the world around me, or just, and a lot of times I use a relationship as a metaphor for other things that are going on in the world, but I think there's some pretty interesting songs. I did a lot of collaborating with guys that are sort of out of my style of music, because I wanted to see what could happen in a good example of collaboration. It's like I come in with an idea and then this guy, bam, and I'm like, whoa, I never would have thought to do that. So it keeps the band progressing and moving forward, and it's fun. It's fun. I mean, there's so much to learn from so many people, and it's just so great to have the freedom and the opportunity to do it.
And listening to the album, I have the feeling that on the beginning of the album you start talking about anguish, about feeling, and then on the end of the album you say, oh, you can move on, keep on. Is that the idea of the album?
Yeah, I mean, Miracle Pill, the idea of Miracle Pill was just sort of, I was just sort of commenting on the way, in America at least, I don't know about here, just the addiction to instant gratification and the obsession with a cure for being human, for suffering. It's like we all suffer, you have to suffer and you have to accept it with gratitude and move on and move through it, and you become stronger, and I think because of technology, people are starting to lose that sense of humanity,
And music released a song that calls Something Human that says the same thing. We miss this human connection. You think this is happening all over the world? Why do you think this is happening, especially on the social media, on the internet?
I mean, it's a much safer place to be. Like if I walk up to you and go, say something nasty about you, there's potential you're gonna punch me in the head. But if I sit in my room and say all kinds of horrible things about you, what are you gonna do?
And someone else might think it's funny and share it 50,000 times, and then all of a sudden you got a problem that's way bigger than that first little comment. Yeah.
And I'm not sure if the internet and technology and I'm not sure if it's making the world a better place or not anymore. I'm not sure, because it's like you know, once again, you know, it's just I think it's out of control, you know, to a certain degree. I think it's done some pretty amazing things, but I just think it's separating us all, you know, and I think there are a lot of dark corners on the internet that some pretty nasty people sort of collect and congregate in these nasty little corners, and you know.
And being a father inspires you, change the way you guys as a musician. How much changed since you guys are a father now?
I try not to write any songs about my daughter. I don't think I'll do that, but she's constantly in my heart and on my mind, and she's the only person in this whole world that I can love without having a second thought about it. Like, it's just, yeah, I love her. No buts. I love her, you know? So, I mean, the whole idea of her and what she represents to me, just this great new beginning and just this purity, and she can't pretend to be anything or anyone but herself. And it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. And of course it was going to bleed into my lyrics, you know, but I worry about the world that she's going to grow up in. You know, I do. I really worry about what is she going to have, you know? What is anybody going to have, you know? I think people got to start connecting face to face, you know, because we need each other to survive. We need each other to thrive. We need each other to be whole, you know. We're biologically designed for that, and technology has not taken into account any of that. It wants to create a virtual replication of that, but it's not going to work, you know.
Totally agree with you, man. And I know you talk about the song Iris. No, you are knowing how big it is here in Brazil.
Yeah, I found out the other night.
People have tattoo here. You have musicians playing on the streets this song. What means this song for you guys?
It means that we get to come to Brazil and play in front of a ton of people. You know, that song was came out of nowhere because I was sort of having some difficulty with sort of trying to keep my balance. We had some success, and you know, I wasn't prepared for it, really. I wasn't prepared very well for it. So I got nervous about it. I got really anxious about what am I going to do? And then, you know, I went and saw this film, and I met with the music supervisor, and then I went back to my room. I was living in a hotel at the time, and I just went and wrote it and took it to him, and he's like, go cut it. That's it.
And we have a question that we do to all the musicians. You guys are on the road for more than 30 years now. What did the rock and roll teach you?
What did it teach me? Well, apparently everything I know, because that's pretty much all we've been doing since we were kids, man. I don't know. You know, I mean, it's just like anything else. You got to work hard. You know, you gotta. It's never the thing you think it's going to be. You know, but it's really awesome that we get to do it every day, and I'm just thankful.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Well, at first, when you're traveling in a van and you're playing in front of 20 people every night, you learn how to be very charming because you need to sleep on someone's floor. So, you know, there's that, and you learn how to. What we call eat lunch at the supermarket, which is basically walking around with a shopping cart, just eating out of it, and then you push the cart away and walk out of the market without buying anything. You know, I mean, it was when being 20 years old and doing that was really, really fun. I could never do that now, but you know, you learn it's not all a party after all. You know that there's a lot of work, and you get really tired, and there's so many moving parts to putting a show on. you know, I mean, and you also learn, you know, you have to have the right people with you, you know, and you sort of start to learn to gauge people's character. You know, you can tell when somebody's okay, you know.
Thank you very much for your time. Have a great time, Brazil.